Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this beat myself, so hear me. I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. This some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah, it's in their bones, the thoughts and harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Yes. What is going on, people? We're back in the building. Episode 16 of the Euro Club for Fold. People, smash the like, man. Share and subscribe to the damn channel if you haven't done so already, man. Let's get into it. You already know what teams we're looking at. We already know the vibe. Let's start off with my beloved Barcelona. So they won 1-0 against Real Vallecano the other day at home. It was not a good performance, I will tell you that much. Went back and watched the game. Yeah, we was not that good. But we got the victory. And after Real Madrid and Atletico obviously both drawing their games, this was important because, of course, by winning this game, it put us top of the league. Now, I think we're only top. Well, not I think. I know we're only top via goal difference, but I know we've also got a good head-to-head record against Real Madrid, obviously after slapping these lot in the El Clasico a good few times. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I know we're good in that regards. But listen, man, right now for Barcelona, I think it's good because we were having a bit of a tricky patch and a tricky period, if I'm being super honest with you. Like, we was having a period where people were starting to doubt us. People were like, yo, like, you guys are not really, yada, yada, yada. Like, are you guys really as good as you say you are? And, et cetera, which is fair. I understand that. I totally understand, why you would feel that way, so to speak. But hey, listen, we're here now, and we're top of the league again. Of course, we're through to the next round, Champions League, and we'll get to that when we get to that in itself, and the next round is ready to start. And I just think that it's going to be a tight race. I'm not confident that Barcelona can stay there. I think it's more dependent on Real Madrid and Atletico, just having a bit of bad form and a bit of a bad run kind of thing. Because, I mean, Madrid weren't... The thing with Madrid is they don't need to play well to win games. Now, obviously, I know they drew their last, but they don't need to play that well for them in order for you to be like, oh my goodness, like Madrid are not gonna, good or bad, Madrid will just be there. That's the difficult thing about them. Whereas other teams, when they're bad, like, and they're not gonna be up there. And if I'm being honest, Barca were going through a patch where losing games here, obviously had a couple injuries and stuff like that, so it wasn't really working in our favor. So to see that Barca are now top, it's good, man. It's good. Whether we can stay there, I don't know yet. I'd have to maybe in the next 5-6 games, 18 points kind of, let's see how many points you can pick up in those next 6 games. And then you can kind of, take it from there. But at the moment, listen, it's good. They're top of the league. Can't really complain, So yeah, I think all in all, pretty good from Barcelona. Good seeing, certain players, De Jong as well. Good kind of just seeing him, playing kind of thing. The fact that he's captain as well, like, I respect it still. Lewandowski obviously getting the goal against Rayo Vallecano, and they put up a good fight, I will say that much. They really did put up a good fight, but ultimately, Barca ran out winners. Lyon. This club is like in some weird space at this moment in time. Like, new manager obviously come in. They sacked the old manager for what reason, I don't really know, kind of thing. But in their last game, they did win 4-1. Which is obviously good. But like I said, Lyon are such a weird team. It was a good game, by the way. It was actually a good game. I watched the highlights of that, and I felt like Lyon just attacking, going forward, phases the play. I felt like, yeah, in the last couple of games that they played with this new manager, they've looked decent, in my opinion. I don't think that, the managers looked bad since he's kind of come in, but I think there's still going to be question marks. But listen, there'll only be question marks if, for example, they start, dropping down the table and things like that. If things start to go to pot, later on, then of course. But at the moment, so far so good. Lacazette, obviously with his 153rd goal scored in the Ligue 1 against Montpellier. He is now in the top 20 best scorers in the history of Ligue 1. That's mad, by the way. And I would need to actually see the rest. Like, how many goals has number one got? Because if he's on 153, like, and he's just making the top 20, like, in my head, I'm thinking, rah, like, how many goals has the rest of these guys got then? If he's just making top 20, like, in my head, if I feel like if I take a look, at the top goal scorers in like other leagues and things like that, right? You'd think, okay, yeah, in England, what is it? Shearer's on about 260, I believe. I think, yeah, Shearer's on about 260. Yeah, 260. Harry Kane's on 213. Wayne Rooney's on 108. Andy Cole is on 187, right? That's just in England. So let's just say if he had scored all of these goals in England, he'd be he'd be above Michael Owen. He'd be just behind Robbie Fowler. Just behind Robbie Fowler. So he'd be in 11th position. So in my head, that's why I was like, damn, man. Like, you guys really be scoring a lot of goals, like, over in that league. But listen, man, hats off to Lacazette, obviously moving back to France. Big up to him, man. Nah, honestly, big up to Lacazette, man, because yeah, he had a bit of a weird time in England. I felt like he came with a lot of hype, and rightly so, because I did think he was a good striker. But Arsenal were just Arsenal at that period of time, and I just don't really feel like he was able to fulfill what I thought, he was going to fulfill. But listen, Lyon currently sitting 6th in the table, not that far off of top 4, to be honest with you. Only 4 points, separate them. So right now things are looking okay. Forget even the top. Obviously, PSG are 20 points ahead, but I don't think they're even looking at it like that. I actually just think, listen, if you can battle to get that top 4 space, it's looking pretty decent for you, man. So continue on the good form. I feel like you guys will be okay, man. Juventus. Juve. Honestly, Juve, out of all the teams that I cover, so Barca, Bayern Munich, and Juventus and Lyon, they're like the worst one. And when I say the worst one, I mean more in they're like an eyesore to watch. I'm like, oh my god, I had to pick this team. All the teams I could have picked, I picked Juventus this season. But next season we're gonna change it up and pick 4 other teams and take a look at them. But yeah, listen, look, they got the 1-0 victory against Inter Milan. Very, very good victory, an important victory as well. In a game like this where, like I said, he's got his, Thiago Motta. He come with a bit of a reputation. Do you know what I mean? Like, he came with that reputation. Like, if he's coming to Juventus, especially because it's Juventus, he hasn't been at a club so big before in terms of management. So can you really do it here? And if I'm being honest, at the moment, he's flattered to deceive. Like, honestly, watching them, as I said before, is an absolute eyesore. Like, it is not fun watching these guys play. But, this January, they did get in Kolo Muani. I think he could be very pivotal to the back end of their season, helping them move forward. I think he's going to be so pivotal. Like, at this moment, I think I said it in like the first, no, maybe after, like, when we started the season and I had my episodes. I'm pretty sure I said Vlahovic, he's not the guy. He's just not the guy. And I'll keep saying it because he's just not that guy at all. He's kind of dead food, if I'm being honest. And Mwani's kind of come in, and even the assist that he got, whether he meant it or not, it was a good assist, right? But even Mwani coming in, that his kind of all action kind of display, being able to run in behind, that he can press. Maybe that's the kind of striker Thiago Motta always needed in order to get this system to kind of work. Inter Milan are no mugs, by the way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Inter Milan are doing pretty well themselves this season. As you can see, they're already, what's that? 8 points ahead of Juventus. So that kind of tells its own story in terms of the two teams in their season, right? Inter battling for that, title. Juve look like, I don't really know. Like, I mean, yeah, at this moment, I don't really know. Top 4 would just be good for them. Maybe if they can snatch a third, potentially. And I even feel like that might even be unfair, because I feel like Lazio have had a good season. But listen, bringing in Kolo Muani, it might change their fortunes just a little bit. So if that does so, then listen, a masterstroke, man, my absolute masterstroke. But of course, we shall wait and we shall see. Last but not least, we will talk about Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich. 0-0 against Bayer Leverkusen at the weekend. You know what's weird, yeah? Watching these two managers, so Xabi Alonso and Vincent Kompany, it's so funny because both players who have played under Pep Guardiola. both players who have like they've got their own unique style of play. And obviously we saw that, showcase at the game. So it's almost like they were kind of cancelling each other out. Obviously, Florian Wirtz could have got a winner there. Both teams were really, really good, to be fair to you. But yeah, Bayern are another bit of a weird one. Like at times they look really, really good. At other times you're like, what is this that I'm kind of watching? With the players that you've got on the pitch, I'm like, what is that? And I know obviously, listen, in the season, things like this can just happen, right? But yeah, sometimes I watch Bayern and I'm like, don't really know. Obviously, Jamal Musiala, I believe he signed a new deal. Which actually broke my heart. Yeah, he's the one player on planet Earth I wish would just be like, can you just be available, bro? Just be available, man. Don't be one of them guys who just play like Thomas Muller and that. Just play for Bayern for it. No, man. I need to see you at Liverpool, man. I need to see this guy at Liverpool. But listen, man, top quality player. Didn't have the best of games, to be fair, against Leverkusen, in my opinion. But I felt, like I said, both teams kind of cancelled each other out. So, yeah, was that going to be expected? More than likely. But listen, it is kind of what it is. And obviously Bayern still sit top of their league. So yeah, all in all, I think good for everybody on the show this week. In fact, have we got all winners? No, Bayern Munich, obviously. Can't remember the last time we had all 4 straight winners. So this week the ACCA did not come in. It did not come in, unfortunately. But obviously we'll see in the next episode if the ACCA is able to come in. I'm going to go back actually through the episodes and see how many times all 4 teams actually won. I don't feel like it's that many times, like definitely less than 5 times. Definitely. Like I'll be shocked if it's more than that, to be fair. So I'll have a little look-see and, we'll take it from there. But that's the episode done and dusted. Love for joining in, my people. I'll catch you in episode 17 and we'll take a look at that week's fixtures and results. I'll see you guys soon.